we go, baby. CJ Moto, DJI Spark. This thing's been amazing, other than one little hiccup I had due to user error. Just not checking my weather app. You know, have something that tells you your wind speed at altitude before you fly these things, folks, because you got you know, 31, 32 miles an hour is your max speed for your DJI Spark. So if you're going to be going faster than that, or if the wind's blowing faster than that, this thing will not return to home as it's supposed to. So we're just cruising around a little bit here, December 25th, 2018. Just a few hundred feet up here above the Red River. And it's definitely not snowing. It's definitely not a white Christmas, folks. Not a white Christmas here in Louisiana. But anyhow, nonetheless, the weather's nice. T-shirt weather. We're just going to take this thing out for a spin. I just flipped it into sport mode, and now we're moving. We're doing probably between 25 to 30 miles an hour. This is not the fastest drone on the market, but when you put it in sport mode, it definitely gets around just fine. Also fast enough to get you into trouble if you're not careful. But anyhow, back to a little review on this thing. I think I got about a 7-minute flight, so I'll try to keep it informative while you can just watch this video. Like I said, I flew it in some high winds, and it ended up landing itself about a quarter mile from my residence, and I was able to retrieve it. And I did not know about the DJI Find My Drone feature in the software that you use to edit the video for this. I think the Go 4 or whatever it's called. So go in there and use the Find My Drone feature. It will show you the last known location of your drone. But a good rule of thumb, you know, is don't fly in winds over 15 miles an hour, I would say. Maybe even less. That's up to you. And then make sure that you always have plenty of battery to return. You got to remember, if you fly against the wind and you're out, you know, half a mile and you're down at 30-35% battery, then the flight back is going to really be taxing and you might not make it back. So just keep that in mind. This thing, for the price point that it's at, I would definitely recommend the Fly More package, and I would probably get one more battery. That's what I have. I got 3 batteries. So the little case it comes in, that gives you enough batteries to put one in the drone and one on either side in the special compartments for batteries. And with that amount of runtime, and it also, the Fly More pack comes with a charger that charges 3 batteries at a time. So, but it only comes with 2 batteries, so that's another reason to just go ahead and get that second battery. And I would always price match. If you get these at Best Buy, they will price match anybody, so that's awesome. So yeah, just go online and find the best price on the batteries, best price on the drone, and you should be able to get one of these for around $450 for the whole 9 yards. Yeah, we're just cruising around here a little wild in sport mode. The thing cruises, man. Look at that. Awesome. So nice. Back around. Bring it on back now. Hauling. I think the more advanced DJI drones might do about 40. Now from me to where it ended up is how long it took it. So when you let go of the stick on these, it's really cool because it instantaneously stabilizes itself and then uses its GPS function to maintain its altitude and position using its GPS coordinates, and it's extremely accurate. Just a blast to fly. So we're obviously not getting the most cinematic type video right now because I am in sport mode and I'm just whipping it around. But yeah, overall, not a scratch on the drone. The only thing I did once is when I tried to land it. So when you take it off, you put the sticks down and tilt them in towards yourself. Like down and in, I believe, to take off. Well, I was not thinking correctly, and I tried to do the same thing to land it. So it like flew into my leg, and then the propeller touched the ground a little bit. And just, you gotta just inspect the propellers, because if they touch anything, they're gonna split because they're not real strong. So I just went ahead and replaced that propeller. It came with 4 replacement propellers or blades, so that was no issue. So I still have 3 left, I believe. So here we go. And you got to make sure you put the propellers back where they belong on the right spot, which is very easy because there's a little white ring. There's a little white dot on the motor, and then there's a little white ring on the actual propeller. You got to make sure you line those up. And then the other ones, there's 2 with white dots and white rings, and there's 2 with nothing. Beautiful flight here. Just make sure you always have enough altitude. Know the highest point you're flying around if you're flying FPV, and you know you don't want to be clipping any power lines or anything like that. But yeah, Merry Christmas, folks. Just a nice little flight today. Don't hesitate if you want to get into these. Definitely, I would 100% recommend the DJI Spark as a beginner quad, drone, whatever you want to call it, or even a more advanced. As you can see, this video footage looks good. I mean, it takes great quality video. I couldn't really ask for a whole lot more out of it for the price point. It really is awesome. Just remember that it is, you know, not a toy. Himself, and then he actually caught it when it landed, which was pretty cool. So now we're just whipping around again in sport mode. But yeah, no problems really. Just keep everything charged up fully. Keep your controller charged up. Definitely use the cable. You know, you can see the cable on my controller, and then I also use a range extender from a company called Sunny Life, and you can get it on eBay or Amazon for very inexpensive, like $7 or $8, and it's pretty cool. Definitely gives you that extra little, well, it gives you a better, even if you're not going way far out, it gives you a better FPV experience for sure. It does definitely work. But yes, I hope y'all have a wonderful Christmas. About an 8-minute flight, I believe, and I think I took off with about 80% battery, and I think I landed with about 15%, but I had zero wind, perfect conditions. It's a really good day to fly this thing. At altitude, I think the wind was like maybe 5 miles per hour max. There you can see him walking up to me, and then we're going to go ahead and I did the return to home function. That brought me down close. While I was talking to him, I did the return to home function. And then I canceled return to home and went ahead and landed it myself. That's usually how I do this. Once I can see it and it's right above me, I'll cancel the return to home. But I use that return to home function on the regular. Don't feel like that's an emergency situation type thing. That function works awesome. Then you can customize it in the app to tell it what altitude you want the drone to be at. So if it's at 30 feet, when you hit return to home, if you want it to, it'll go up to like 98 feet or 100 feet, whatever you set it for, and then return directly over you, and then it will slowly descend down to you. Once again, if the wind's too high, none of that stuff will work out properly. So here we go, we're coming in for our landing. I hope you all enjoyed this flight. CJ Moto out.